This is a quick video about thesis statement creation. For this video, we're focusing specifically on a natural disaster project. However, you can apply these skills to any project or paper that you write. Really what a thesis statement is, it's just an overview of your entire paper or project, whatever it is that you're creating. The purpose of a thesis statement is to inform readers of the subject of the piece as well as the author's main claim. There are some really important keys to a thesis statement. Number one is that it's the focus of any piece. It's short, it's powerful, and it's to the point. It's written in a complete sentence, a single complete sentence. So you need to be able to directly point to it in whatever your presentation or paper is. It exists in the first paragraph or in the opening of any informational piece. It needs to be addressed right away so that your audience knows what's going on. It is a one-sentence summary of the main claim of the entire piece, and it is supported or proved by everything that exists in the piece. As soon as you determine a thesis statement, that will also govern everything else that you put in. So in order to write a thesis statement, you need to determine your primary research question. The thesis statement is always going to be an answer to that main research question. For this project that we're talking about, the research question is, what does it take to survive in the face of great obstacles? Again, your research question can be anything, but for this one, that'll be the focus of our presentation. Your second step is to determine the supporting paragraphs or claims that would be needed to support an answer to your research question or thesis. So if I'm looking at the question, what does it take to survive in the face of great obstacles? I might consider, well, what is the survival scenario that is being discussed? Where is somebody attempting to survive? Against what are they struggling? I might consider the survival strategies. So what kind of tools do they know how to create? What supplies do they have available to them? Do they know how to find fresh water and food that they can eat? I might also consider character traits. And so these are things like bravery and ingenuity and kindness and all those different kinds of things that characterize humans. All of those, I could write a supporting paragraph or a supporting claim about any of those things to help me answer that initial research question. And the last thing that you need to do is you need to determine the type of thesis statement that will work best for your project and your content. For what we're going to talk about, we're going to address 5 different types of thesis statements. There are more types of thesis statements. However, for this, we're going to stay focused on these. The first thesis statement type is a general informative statement. And really what it does is it just is a broad statement that is going to cover anything that's discussed in the paper. There are 3 examples there. Please pause the video now to read the examples. The second thesis statement is a specific statement with a list. A thesis statement like this actually outlines the exact topics that will be in each portion of your paper or your project. Once you list these topics in your thesis statement, though, they have to appear in that exact same order in your paper or your presentation. And they should be ranked in order of weakest and least interesting to strongest and most interesting. Pause the video now to read the examples listed below. In the third thesis statement model, it's a comparison thesis statement. So what this does, it will show your audience the intended comparison to be made in your paper or your project. The order of the comparison is the order that each topic is addressed in the paper or the project. Again, pause the video and read through each of the 3 examples given. The fourth thesis statement model is problem and solution. For a problem solution thesis statement, it outlines the problems discussed in the paper and implies or lists potential solutions. If there is more than one solution, then you can include a component of list thesis statements and list them. But again, you should address those in your paper or your project in order of strength. So you start with your weakest and you end with your strongest. Again, please pause the video and read through the 3 examples listed. The fifth and final thesis statement model is what we call a cause and effect thesis statement. What that does is it shows the cause and effect relationship between different aspects of your topic. For this, you really want only 2 aspects that you are examining, whatever the cause is and whatever the effect is. If you can operate at a higher level in your writing or in your presentations, sometimes you can have one cause that leads to several effects, or one effect that is dictated by several different causes. That's something that gets to be a little bit higher level, but that's acceptable as well. Again, please pause the video and read through the 3 examples listed. The big thing that I want you to take away from this is that no matter what type of thesis statement you choose, you must consider what will be the best reflection of your project. You want your thesis statement to be extremely powerful, so choose wisely.